This is the DJI Neo 2, and it can do some really cool stuff. It can do the drone shot. It can dolly zoom. And it can helix. It also has a new cycling follow mode, and it can do it from up front. Oh, and let's not forget this cool new Jedi control mode. Whoa. But is it a good follow drone for mountain biking? That's what we're going to talk about. Welcome to Mountain Biking for the Heart. I have been testing the DJI Neo 2 for a good 8 weeks now. I've had it with me on walks and on mountain bike rides. I've had it with me in the woods and on top snowy mountains. But most of the time that it's been with me has been on mountain bike rides. I have been testing it to see if this drone can keep up with the average mountain biker. The Neo 2 has many improvements over its predecessor. It has a plethora of new little sensors to help it avoid collisions. It has a better gimbal to improve the stabilization. And it has this cool little screen to share its mode status and other information. These are all vast improvements over its predecessor. I started my testing on access trails. I just wanted to see how the drone did following the bike and how I reacted. On open trails, at a pedaling pace, and even rolling a little faster, it did remarkably well. I was pretty impressed with how good it was able to follow me on the bike. The video quality is also amazing for a drone in this price class. Since the drone did so well so far, I figured I'd throw this thing straight into the deep end and drop down a tight and twisty trail. Now, I took it really slow down this trail for 2 reasons. One, I was listening for the drone behind me because I still didn't know how it would do following me, and I wanted to see how it was actually doing behind me, or listen to, if you will. Second, it was super sloppy and slippery, so there was no reason to push it. So we'll take it down through here and let the drone follow us, right? The drone did remarkably well down through here. It never hit anything, and I mean, it was a slow pace, but the DJI Neo 1, the original Neo, it wouldn't have stood a chance going down through here, even at this slow pace. On the next section, the Neo 2 wasn't quite as fortunate though. I was still taking it really slow, listening for the drone, and the mud was even deeper and even slipperier here, so again, no reason to push it. We're still testing this drone just to see how it does. This is our first test. As I was rolling down through here, I noticed there was no drone following me. So I stopped and went and found the drone. Apparently, some little branch just, boo, sniped this thing right out of the air. The drone didn't stand a chance. It couldn't see this little branch. Maybe if this branch had leaves on it, the new sensors might have seen it and it might have been able to avoid this collision. That concluded my first test session. On the way home, I shot some B-roll with it, did some other cool little testing, and just wanted to review the video and see how it did. On the next test session, I started out on a very easy, flowy trail. Up top, it's very open, so I let it roll a little faster. I didn't really have any worries about the drone hitting something right here, so I just let it roll down there about 50% pace and see how the drone would keep up. It did remarkably well. The middle section of this trail gets extremely tight. There's a bunch of little trees and it's quite overgrown, so I slowed down to a crawl pace just to give the drone a chance to follow me through here, and it did. It slithered on through there following me. It did pretty good. When it opened back up, I let it roll a little faster again. I still haven't been over 50% pace, and I was paying a little less attention to the drone behind me and just let it roll. Once I got close to that 50% pace, I noticed I can hear the drone behind me again, so I stopped and went to look for it. Again, when I was reviewing the video, I noticed it got taken out by another little sniper branch again. So maybe in the spring, once the leaves are on the trees, it'll do a little better. The other thing I noticed while I was reviewing the video, though, is that the drone seems to be drifting up while it's following me down the descents, or it's not descending fast enough to stay behind me. Up until now, I've had the drone in the flat setting following me, or the middle setting. It's a little higher. I decided for the next test session to set it to low to see if it would help it stay behind me a little better and not drift up down the descents. The next time I took the drone out to test, I took it to a couple of my favorite trails. This first trail, it's pretty tight dropping down into it, and I took it really easy down through there, and then just let it roll through the open section to let the drone have a chance of following me, and it was doing really well. Once the trail started to get a little tighter again and slither through the trees, it crashed several times, and I ain't gonna lie, I was getting frustrated. Now I'm about to take the drone down through my favorite little home trail right now. This trail slithers down through a trough and generally has a good bed of leaves down at the bottom of it, which makes it kind of interesting. We could clean it out, but nah, leave them in there. It just makes it more fun, right? I have the drone again in the low setting, and I'm not going to go too fast. I rolled 40-50% pace, we'll call it, down through here again. As you can see in the video, the drone is still drifting up. And it's not really doing that well following me through here. Because it's drifting up, it also hits a stray branch that's really high. I would say it's a good 10 meters above me. So I think if the drone could follow me, if DJI improves this to make it follow you a little lower, it would have got through here no problems. In the later part of the trail where it actually gets tighter and curvier again, the drone crashed several times, so I just quit testing for the rest of the day. On the way home, since I rolled down this little descent through an open field, I decided I'd put the drone up behind me and see how it does following me down through here. I roll at a pretty good pace down through here, a little over 30 kilometers an hour, and the drone still has this drifting up problem, but it didn't have any problem tracking me or keeping up. The OG Neo wouldn't have stood a chance here again. It would have just gave up. I also shot some B-roll on my way home, just playing around, seeing how it does with that, and we'll get into that in a little bit. At this point, I decided to stop testing the DJI Neo 2 on tight, wooded mountain bike trails. We know it has a bunch of collision avoidance sensors, but it still isn't able to keep up with a mountain biker at an average pace rolling down through a tight trail. I'm sure DJI will have some firmware improvements coming out sooner or later that will improve its collision avoidance and maybe even address this drifting up problem. We've seen the massive improvements they made to the OG Neo with firmware, and with all these cool sensors on this new DJI Neo, I'm pretty sure they're going to get it taken care of. So we're going to keep testing after every update and see how this improves over time. Since I decided to quit testing this in the tight mountain bike trails, I figured why not see what kind of B-roll shots I can get with it. And that is one of the places where this drone really excels. As a content creator, you can really get some really cool B-roll shots with this. Just put it up in the air behind you or in front of you or next to you and just let it do its thing. When I had the drone out in front of me, I also got the idea, why don't we try this thing out for V-logging? That would be pretty cool, right? Catch some V-logging while I'm riding the bike with it out in front of me. You can link a microphone to the DJI Neo Fly app that when you're flying the DJI Neo 2, it'll record audio and save it directly to the video file. It'll marry them. There's a couple settings for the noise reduction, which I'm not going to go over in this video, but at first I linked the DJI Neo Mic Mini to my phone and left the app open and decided I'd give this a try. And nah, the video just wasn't good. It was super blown out. And this is a 150mm drop electric wireless dropper. Uses Bluetooth, I guess, for the connection. I think the major issue here is that you cannot adjust the gain of the mic mini through the app. You need the receiver to adjust the gain. Then I decided, why not just try with my go-to mic? So I linked my go-to mic up to the app and tried it with that. I was using DJI mic mini yesterday and it just wasn't working right. The gain was way too high connected straight to the phone. So now I'm using my HoloLens mic wired to my phone. The blown out audio was much better, but as you can hear, the audio still sounds very processed and unnatural. So at this time, I don't think I'm going to use this for vlogging. Not quite yet. I've seen videos of people doing it while they're standing and the drone is just hovering, but when the drone's moving, it's much louder, and I think that is causing the problem, and it's trying to cut out too much of the audio to get rid of that noise, and it's making it sound artificial. I'm pretty sure DJI will also address this in a firmware update, and I'm going to keep testing over time and see if this improves. I'm pretty sure it will, because DJI is really good at updating firmware every time anybody mentions a problem or sees a problem. Well, let's sum this up. Is the DJI Neo 2 a good follow-me drone for the average mountain biker? At this time, I'm going to have to go with a no. We're going to keep testing throughout the lifespan of the drone and see how it improves with time with DJI's firmware improvements, but at this time, it's not a good follow-me drone. But does that mean that this is a bad drone altogether? No, not at all. This drone still has a bunch of amazing things it can do, and the video quality and the stabilization at this price class is unmatched. I'm sorry. For content creators, this is a great, near pocket-sized tool to have to catch some amazing B-roll. Just put it up again and let it do its thing. This drone is also really cool for catching those family vacation moments and other scenes that you just want to save for later. And the video quality again, and what this drone can do at this price, it's just a steal. You can't beat it. Those are my thoughts on the DJI Neo 2. I hope I was able to give you a little insight if you're thinking about purchasing this drone for yourself for mountain biking. And I'm not trying to deter you. It's not that great for mountain biking. Me, myself, I am glad to be able to add this drone to my toolbox and to use it to make B-roll for this channel. If you like this video, please subscribe. I have a bunch of new projects, long-term projects, and short videos coming up. Also a bunch of test videos coming up on the channels, so subscribe. You don't want to miss them, right? Come back to see me. Just support the channel. If you want a preview of what's coming up on the channel, follow me on my Instagram. It's the same as the name of the channel. MTB4TH. Mountain Biking for the Heart. So follow me there and you'll catch little snippets, because I'm constantly posting on there, to see how it's going and what's coming up. That's all I got for you guys right now, and yeah, until next time, never stop shredding. Dave out.